I talked to a couple of people this week about networking and how they could use it to further their careers and their freelancing. My name is Wade Kwan, and I want to share some of those tips with you. The first thing we talked about was how to do it without being awkward or selfish. And a lot of people don't think about networking because they assume that it's only for when you are looking for a job actively. But I would suggest that networking should be an activity that you do year-round, no matter where you are in your career or how satisfied you are with your current job. Networking is a good way to be connected with the community, and not only to help yourself, but to help others. And in order to do that, you need to get out there. So when you're networking, you need to be actively looking for people who might be able to help you down the road. The question that you should ask is not, do you have a job for me, or are there any openings at your company, but who do you know that can help me with X? And that X could be a job, a full-time job in marketing, or a full-time job in accounting, or extra freelance work in editing, or anything that will help you down the line with your skills and your talents. People always know someone that they can recommend, but they almost never have a job opening at their company. It's always just a matter of timing and limited quantity. But all of us have people that we know in our network that can help someone else out. So I always try and keep track of what other people are working on and where they need help, and where they could use referrals or recommendations, because I like to dig into my network, especially my LinkedIn network, and make those recommendations to people. I only want to recommend people that can help others with their projects and their freelancing and their careers. So the key question to ask someone, say if you're looking for an accounting position, is who do you know that can help me find a position in accounting here in Birmingham? Or if you know that you're going to be relocating within the next 6 months, it could be something as simple as, who do you know that could help me connect with people in Miami? Because the person you ask will almost always have someone that they can pass you along to, and that deepens your network. The other thing is, as you meet people along the way, be sure to lend them a helping hand and offer what you can in terms of networking contacts, referrals, advice, and so on. You don't want networking to be a one-way street. You want to be able to help others along the way so you can make a good impression on them, and so that they can follow up with you. Be sure to maintain your network by keeping in touch with people, by reaching out to them from time to time, by asking what they're up to, and just basically keeping tabs on everyone, so that way you can stay active and you don't just network for the sake of networking. The last thing is, if you're an introvert like me, it can be a challenge to get out there and meet people. One great thing about social networking and email is it allows you to set up networking dates and coffee meetings without actually having to pick up the phone or schedule things in person. And that might be a barrier for you to start networking. But with social media, you can reach out to people you know or kind of know, or even total strangers, and invite them to sit down with you and just chat. I've done this lots of times, and I do it every week. I try and meet someone new, because as a consultant, it's important to get referrals, to get good word of mouth, and to explain what I do for a living, which is help companies with their communication strategy and training. So as an introvert, I will often reach out to people not by phone, but by email and social media, to find out when they're available and what they'd like to talk about, and just find a time where we can meet up, because everyone's busy and it's a challenge to get those things scheduled, but persistence is important in networking. So, as I've mentioned, it's important to keep active in networking year-round. It'll keep you connected with the community. It will keep you thinking forward in terms of your job and freelance activities. It'll allow you to help others along the way. It'll get your name out there. And as an introvert, it'll also help you be more extroverted and get you connected with people. I've known people who have been in their jobs for 10 or 20 years, and suddenly they're out of work. And even though they have lots of experience under their belt, they're almost adrift because they don't know anyone out there, because they haven't done any networking along the way. And I don't want that to happen to you. For more, be sure to visit my site, birminghambloging.com. Thanks.